On this episode of the Who Is This podcast, brought to you by Double R Communications and the Southwest Mortgage Partners of Union Home Mortgage, Davis and I took a little hiatus, but we finally did another episode, and we were excited to have Ben and Jess from Fancy Pizzeria. Ben and Jess have been doing pizzas here in the Gila Valley for a little over 3 years now, and if you haven't tried their food, it is fantastic. You definitely need to stop by and grab some, whether it's pizza or pasta. They have great appetizers. Honestly, one of the best places in town. It was a good episode. We had a lot of fun talking to them. If you take anything out of this episode, it's make sure you download their app, because it makes ordering process a little faster if you want it to be, and just a little bit more convenient. It's a really cool app, and they have a lot of good deals on there too. So make sure you listen for that part of the episode and download their app, and make sure you go try Fancy Pizzeria.
Yeah, residential.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
And then,
I'll be darned.
And then it was the golden age, bro. When we were down to those like 2.99s,
yeah,
like 199 on a 10 or 15 year deal.
Yeah.
And like that
I caught the very end of that wave.
Dude, it was nice, bro. I rode that wave. I put some money together, obviously, and when it kind of all crumbled, you know, you had to really learn other programs. You had to kind of know your worth and know, like, well, people still need loans regardless.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, you just have to grind a little harder. And
right.
Like, it was tough because my book that consisted of 2 or 3 months worth of, you know, business, they were all fixated on 1.99.
Yeah.
2.99.
Oh.
So what year did you stop
People still
doing loans?
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still people are still.
I'm sorry. At the end of 20, about 22, and then I got the shop in June of 22, and then I opened my doors in February of 23.
Okay.
So
what company were you doing loans for?
I was writing loans for Cardinal Financial.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Purely residential mortgages.
Mm-hmm. And it was great, you know. The day came where they said, "All right, everybody, take your computer off your desk and go home."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa!" I was, you know. And then the remote work became a thing, and I kind of like I got into it because, like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna be like lazy. Like, instead of that hour drive to work, I was making calls on the East Coast at like butt crack of dawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'd work my book across the country until I got, you know, to the California times, you know, and that's how I would hustle and just, you know, close them loans.
Dude, that's awesome. I had no idea.
Well, since we're getting right into it, let's real quick.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Can you see everybody?
Here, maybe I should. I don't know. I don't want to see the back of my hair.
Oh.
That's pretty good right there.
Okay. And you can see. Can you see Jess?
I need you to scoot forward.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
more.
just scoot forward, and then you should be
Right
good.
there, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then we'll put that right. Okay, we're gonna keep all that other stuff in there too. So.
Yeah.
So Ben Brown and Jess Brown, right?
Soon to be Jess Brown.
Soon to be Jess Brown. Okay, I should never assume anything. So is there like an official date or what's?
We're working on that part too.
Okay, gotcha. So Ben and Jess, we'll just go Ben and Jess right on. So
Welcome.
Welcome
First.
to
Yeah,
the Who Is
go
This
ahead.
podcast. Yeah. So when you were doing loans, were you living here in Safford already, or where were you at?
No, I was out in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's where the office was. I was living in Avondale
Okay.
at the time.
Oh, that is quite the commute.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on the corners of the city.
Right.
And so it was nice when they said that, you know, we didn't have to do that anymore. But I kind of transitioned from Scottsdale into Avondale while I was writing loans, while I was on remote, and so I didn't really have to go into the office unless I wanted to drink their free sodas or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cardinal Financial. I don't know if I haven't.
I've heard of them.
I've
Yeah.
never had to compete with them on as far. Like, I've never seen a loan estimate
Right.
from them, but they're a decent sized company, right?
Yeah.
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 Awesome. So what brought you to Safford? Why Safford?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I saw an opportunity. The opportunity was this town doesn't have as many goods and services as other metro areas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I'd be able to bring my product here and hopefully find an audience that would appreciate it. And that was my first inclination to come this direction.
Did you have any ties to Safford at all, or
No.
really you just kind of looked at the area on a map and kind of saw the size of it and thought,
More or less.
Okay.
Once again, there's a lot of opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and in the real estate business, they also say you gotta drive till you can afford it.
That's a good point too. Yeah, Safford's
You know,
definitely a little more affordable.
And so for me to be a first-time business owner, I've never owned a piece of commercial property. This is where I came to find the square footage, to find the audience, to find what would really benefit my product and help this town out at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. And that's when we landed on Select Cleaners,
Yeah.
which was already kind of built out. It had the footprint that I liked. It had the drive-through. When I walked into the building, it was completely dilapidated. I mean, the sun was peering through the roof. There was, there's parts of the building that had just 3 inches of natural dust from, what was over time.
I was going to say that it had been
Everything
vacant
driving
for
past,
at
all
least
the
a
broken
decade, right?
windows
Correct.
and-
Yeah.
They pressed their last shirt in 2012, and then
Oh, wow.
I acquired the building in June of 22, and then it took me close to 9 months to rehab that building to get it back to where it was at.
Yeah.
We had removed close to about 7 tons of concrete out of that
Whoa.
building to put all new plumbing and just kind of make that. There was a couple of transitions where.
So you did a lot of work
it dropped
yourself.
down. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Did you have like a background in construction or remodeling
I did.
or
My high school gig was, when I was 16 to 18 years old, I worked for a contractor, one of my best friend's dad, and he invested a lot into me as far as like the general contractor, and then just a little dibble dabble, plumbing, electrician, pouring concrete, and I wouldn't have thought about all that stuff that would have helped me in the future then, but I am so glad that I was kind of into it. I was like, all right, so how do I turn that wrench?
Right.
And I was always interested, and so he always saw that, and he kind of just a little bit. he always saw that, and so he invested into me, which I'm going to talk about that in just a second too, about investing, because that's really kind of what I'm doing here. Somebody invested into me a lot of knowledge, and I took that knowledge and I saw an opportunity, and I seized that opportunity with that initial investment. And I was 16, 17, 18 at the time. I think I was making I don't know, 11, 12 bucks an hour to go push the broom.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't about the 11 or 12 bucks. It was, I was learning these skills. I got to hang out with an older guy, and he would we'd have lunch, and he let me freely cuss around him.
yeah.
And it was just it was a moment, and I had never really felt like what that investment had felt like. And so when he presented that opportunity again the following summer, I did it again, and we did roofing. There was an old church in the Phoenix metro area that he had earned a lot of the bids on, and we just did a ton of work, from tile to concrete to repair to knocking out old posts and putting in new posts, and just maintenance.
Yeah.
And it's how to really kind of take care of something, how to use a plumb bob and a square, and really kind of figure, how to do things carpentry style and get it nice. And that's pretty much what brought my construction levels to what I needed them to be, so I wasn't so overwhelmed when I got into the property,
Right.
that I didn't know, like, oh, what am I going to do now? Like, all right.
You knew enough to be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Still doing it and
yeah.
figuring it.
One of the best investments I got was a concrete saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
And so, after that, we just started cutting out the concrete and started kind of, because in order to be up to code, you got to have, the system's got to be set up for a grease trap, and it's a little bit more involved. So I had to cut outside and inside the building to get it all done. And yeah, it took me a little bit.
So from when you closed on the property to when you sold the first pizza, how much time
Oh,
passed?
that was close 8 months and 3 weeks, 9 months.
Okay. Yeah.
It was getting it up to code and the inspections and that. And here's the great part. I had bought this beautiful oven from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never cooked in it before. I don't know what to expect out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the very first night, like we just went right into service. We didn't even really like have like, we're going to just invite the friends and family over and burn some pizzas real fast and then figure this thing out. Like it went right into
You skipped
service.
that.
Yeah.
You went right
The-
to that's
And
awesome.
so,
Rolled the dice.
yeah. And so, I would like to say that like we're probably on like version, I don't know, like 5.2 or something as far as like that final product. But I think I think when we look back at our product now, everybody that's involved in our program really takes a sense of pride, and they enjoy the product. It's not. It would be, if to get something very comparable, you would definitely have to get in your car and go drive for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We have
Yeah.
so many people, they're like, we just came back from vacation from Italy, New York. People from the Midwest, they're like, dude, like, no. It's been 37 days since we've been able to come and visit you.
Yeah.
Like, they count it and they're like, no, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yep, here in Safford for you guys.
That's awesome.
And that's certainly flattering. I mean, the product that we offer, we do have 2 crusts now that we offer. We have a tavern style, which is very Midwest. It's all flat, super thin crust, eats like a cracker, always cut into squares. That's just how they roll.
Mm-hmm.
And that is now a staple on the menu. It's there.
So is that like an option for any pizza that you order?
How long
You
has
get
that-
Any option? Okay.
How long has that been on the menu?
We introduced the tavern style probably about 3-4 months ago, and it's great because
I was gonna say it can't have been long because I have not had it yet.
Listen, homie, you gotta expand your menu a little bit when you come in.
Well, that's one of the things I was gonna say is I feel like my wife and I have tried a lot of the things on the menu, but
You go back
we do
to
stick to
people
our
go back
our
to which
2 or
is
3.
great.
yeah, I love it.
No.
But we have been, as part of like our date night with my group of friends, we come and we just like try to get everything on the menu and
What group?
and
We tell
share.
them we're like, we're putting plates
Not you,
down.
you're-
Like,
I know. I was gonna say, what group of friends do you go with? Because you're not part of my group of friends either.
Wait, we're all friends here.
Yeah, we're all friends.
No, anybody's invited.
But I love that because we get everybody gets something different. We just share it like family
Yeah.
style.
No, that's
But-
what we really hope for people to do when
Yeah.
they come in is,
That is certainly what we hope for. I mean,
Yeah.
we put down the share plates for a reason.
Yeah.
We want people to, oh wow, that looks good. Here, try some of this, and they get across the menu a little bit better that way. And I've noticed not too many people encourage the share plates in this town. I usually have to ask for them when I go out.
Oh yeah.
If you're into that kind of stuff, most of the time it's people kind of like, this plate is mine.
Right.
the first time in,
Yeah.
first timers, you can always tell, and they're like, I ain't sharing my food.
Yeah.
Like, nope. And then they're like, wait a minute, like there might be a little logic in this. Like we're gonna get some good stuff if we share. So
And so yeah, like it's definitely geared for sharing. I don't know if you've seen some of the portions come out. They're definitely generous.
Yeah.
And the idea is that you can spread a salad across 2 to 3 people. You can eat a pizza with 2 to 3 people. You can order the bruschetta, which is one of our most popular appetizers.
That's what my wife goes there for.
I don't know if I've ever had it.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
If
really?
you will be. People are like, yes.
Yeah, the
So
bruschetta
you
is
have to
awesome.
Try that next time.
What is it?
Bruschetta is an appetizer that comes out on a piece of like toasted bread. We call it a toast point.
Yeah.
On the toast point, we put a little bit of seasoned arugula with olive oil and Italian seasoning. We chop down some tomatoes and remove the seeds. And then we put a fresh mozzarella cheese. And then we put a little drop of pesto on that. We whip that all together and then place that back on top of the toast point with the arugula. And then we put a little reduced balsamic vinegar over the top. And then we microplane Parmesan cheese. It's a party in your mouth.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And I'm glad you were here to
God.
explain that, because if he would have asked me what bruschetta was, I would have been like, I don't know, but it's
Got
really good. I think
cheese.
there's tomatoes in it.
Yeah, people will call me to the table and they're like, "What is in this?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "I didn't know, but holy smokes,
It's
this
good.
is good stuff."
It is really
But
good.
it's a very classic presentation. Usually when you see bruschetta on a menu, it consists of like mozzarella cheese, tomato, and basil. And then you'll have like a little cracker or something to kind of like make a little sandwich out of. And then we just kind of jazz ours up with a little bit of that that balsamic and Parmesan and a little bit of pesto to kind of balance it all out.
Yeah.
Pesto's interesting because it has Parmesan, basil, and pine nuts and olive oil
Right.
is the base of any pesto.
Right. Like you knew that.
I did, dude. I really did.
Just kidding. I'm over here just like, man, you're making me hungry. But
And so it just kind of like it all jives together, dude. It's really cool. And yeah, so as soon as people start getting in, and I see it like I see it all the time. Like your first time in, you're gonna get a pepperoni pizza. I get
Right.
it, you know. But then like the second time in, they branch out, and the third time they start trying a little bit more exotic items. And they develop that trust, and that's what we really like to see is people kind of get some of the more exotic items, because we know those are like a little bit more exclusive, and you definitely have to get in your car and drive. for
that's where
those
you
items.
really stand out. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
and like you hit on it earlier, like people like friend dates, date nights, anniversaries, different special occasions like that. People are like, "Hey, we want to be there eating that good food with our good people," and like so.
Yeah.
And you haven't even talked about the pastas. The pastas for me are
See, and I don't ever get the pasta.
You're crazy,
I always
dude.
Get pizzas and we go crazy on the appetizers usually.
that's
we,
okay, though.
Yeah.
the. There is I do have kind of a bone to pick, because there is one pasta that I believe has been removed from the menu. That was my.
Oh no.
But talk about
I'm
it.
trying to remember. It had green chili in it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Carne asada. Was it
The carne asada
pasta?
pasta.
Pasta.
So listen, that is no longer on the menu like as a staple on the menu, but when he's bringing different things in and they're doing different things, that's
Yeah, we
bring it back.
We rotate
Yes.
some
Okay,
of our.
that
that's
way
good to
if
know.
People, yes, because we have a lot of people. They're like, listen, that was, and it's like, yes, we agree. Keep a lookout for it, because.
Yeah, the carne asada was special. We would do the traditional carne asada with the marinade overnight, and then carne asada is very thin, so it cooks up, and it kind of has like that little caramelization char on the edges, like a good carne asada. And I think people fell in love with that. It was a nice little pasta. We'd put fresh pico de gallo and garnish it with cilantro. It was a pretty stellar dish. I
Yeah.
mean, once again, you definitely would have to get in your car and drive for that.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Well, it was just I just remember thinking, this is interesting. I'm at a Italian or pizza restaurant eating carne asada pasta.
Yeah.
But it works.
And it was
It's
awesome.
amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell 'em
But I
listen,
see your strategy keeping the menu fresh
tell
is
'em
also
about the pizza that you're doing this week.
Well, hold on. The carne asada, I gotta go back, because this is where the carne asada was birthed from. There was an old pizzeria called Tony's Kitchen,
Oh yeah.
and everybody would come in. Unfortunately, Tony's is no longer with us. They have turned into a financial accounting, and they sold out. But anyways, long story short,
Sorensen Financial.
Sorensen Financial is now in the
Which
former
they did a
location
beautiful
that
job
had.
on that
They
building.
did do a good job on the
They
building.
did.
Yeah.
I can't tell it used to be a Circle K at all.
Yeah.
But now they had a dish on their menu, and I never ordered the dish, and I should have when I had a chance to eat there. I got the Italian cold cut. I didn't get the pasta. I should have gotten the pasta. But anyways, the pasta, I was told, had green chilies in it, and I can't tell you how many people have come up and told me about this pasta since that they've closed. I hear about this. This is like the Phantom of the Opera, dude. It, just, it comes in and, you know, hey, did you know about this place? And they have this pasta with green chili. And so that's when I was like, all right, let's stop this conversation. And I had to create this. I had to one-up them. And so that was the birth of the carne asada pasta and getting people. And I really did create a monster. People loved it.
Oh yeah, everybody loved. They're like,
It turned into a pizza. It transformed into a pizza later too.
Yeah.
So we had a carne asada pizza and a pasta on our menu.
Nice.
Yeah, it was killer.
See, I'm guilty of going in and getting the same thing every time.
but
Well,
here's the thing. That's okay. Like it's okay because like you know what you like and it's good and you haven't been disappointed. Like,
Yeah, I
you
haven't. No.
And here's the thing: in this town, people are so used to being disappointed. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that, and then they come in and they're like, okay, we get this amazing food. Then they learn. They start to trust the process afterwards.
Right. And it's not even a matter of that I don't trust that everything else would be good. I'm just like, I know I like I'm like that with every restaurant. Honestly,
That's-
like I don't try when I go to a restaurant, I go for the item that I usually get at that
Yeah.
restaurant, and then I go to another one, and
that's why I like going with friends, because when Gentry and I go, we do the, what do we get?
You
Baked
get pepperoni pizza.
pepperoni pizza
baked
and the
chicken Alfredo.
baked chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Couple of root beers on there.
But
we
and
good
the
to go.
IBCs, yeah.
Do they get garlic knots too, don't they?
You will switch it out every once in a while. The
Every
other
once
day,
in a while,
I
yeah.
think Gentry
When
came
we
through
bring the
and did a
kids,
baked
we'll
chicken
get the
Alfredo.
garlic knots, yeah.
It depends if it's date night or if it's family night.
I see.
Yeah.
Or if it's friend date night.
Oh,
Well, that's what I was
gotta-
gonna say is
yeah.
like when we go with friends with like everything on the menu, and then I get to try everything.
Yeah.
But we also have our staples where we're
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna get the pepperoni and the baked chicken
Yeah.
Alfredo.
yeah.
but I'm
If I ask for green chili and the baked chicken Alfredo, is that readily available?
sometimes,
Okay.
yeah,
You try it one
sometimes just ask because we have produce and sometimes
I know that's the thing is it's not
sometimes we have it on hand and
Right.
sometimes we don't. But you did bring up that baked chicken Alfredo. That is hands down the number one selling pasta we have.
oh man,
It is
for a good reason.
It's cheesy, it's bacony, it's chickeny, it's plentiful. I mean, I think
It's I'll say you may or may not know this. It's great the next day. Like Saturday night, it's the best Sunday afternoon
Yeah.
lunch.
how many
'cause you didn't
how many,
eat it all?
So that's great. How many portions do you think are on that bowl? Like you ate it Saturday night and then you get a snack on it Sunday? That's like 1.5 at least.
More than that, I would say for me and my wife, we could both eat twice from that. 4 meals,
That's.
I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Where
Listen, I need to go on a diet. No, I'm just kidding. No.
well,
No.
coupled with the pizza, I'll
Exactly.
say.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I say
If we
too.
just get that,
Yeah.
then we'll split it in half and we'll
Yeah.
eat that. Yeah, yeah.
If you are putting it with other things, you got a little bit of salad left, a little bit of veg left, or something
Right.
like that. Yes, it could definitely. I've had people that are like, "Yeah, I'm packing my lunch tomorrow with this, and it's gonna be amazing." And yeah,
And it kind of leads into like that's really kind of like what we're doing on our end to make sure that there's a value on your end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to make sure that you're leaving with a little box in a bag and you have a little something for tomorrow and you know you got something good. I go to some places like after my seating, I will not return to that plate. I don't want to come back to it, or for whatever reason, you know, I got my fix and I'm full.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't really want to come back to it, and I think that's what's good about our concept is that we do have a generous portion, but with variety.
and people are wanting to take their food home with
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah, with the variety. it turns into a little bit more of an experience than just a sit down meal.
Well, and then people
Yeah.
can see the value. Let's face it, everything is so expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
So expensive. So, like, if people can come in and get a good meal and still, it's amazing, they have a good time and they have leftovers that they're going to have the next day and, great.
In my mind, that's a value.
Right. Yeah, no, that's how I look at it,
doing
is
so
is for when we go out to eat, a lot of times, not just your restaurant, but almost any restaurant we go, we have enough to where we've got meal for the next day.
yeah.
I'm guilty of not always
We
eating my leftovers,
we
but
see you in our drive-through, so you're actively on our app and you know about our deals and stuff.
my wife is on top of that. She's
Dude,
the
no, she's legit.
it's always under her name, but
we love
I'm
it.
just the
When I see-
messenger boy.
You
Well,
guys
I just pick up
Yeah.
what I'm told to go pick up.
Shaylee just tagged me on something. You guys are doing some type of promotion right now,
Yeah,
right?
right now is
Yeah.
the Summer of Love giveaway, and we're doing a for 12 long weeks. We're gonna give one lucky winner free pizza in the restaurant one time per week.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
For 12 weeks?
For 12 weeks.
The same person each week.
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
person-
It's one
So,
lucky
so
winner.
a date
how
night
they-
for 12
yeah.
weeks, yeah.
It's the Summer of Love, and we're gonna love someone for 12 long weeks.
Wow. That's awesome.
You had something on your wall I saw walking out the other day.
The giving.
Or giving.
Yeah. That's something separate from the summer of
Yeah. We want to do. There's a lot of people that don't have. They don't know where their next meal's coming from.
Yeah.
And that's really tough. We put out something that's no questions asked. You're hungry, come by. We're gonna get you a pizza. We have people that have been so generous and kind to prepay for people's pizzas in advance.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And so it's just if somebody is worried where their next meal is coming from, they certainly can come through our door and know that the Fancy Pizzeria is going to take care of them. And I shouldn't even say Fancy Pizzeria, our wonderful customer base
Yeah.
who is so thoughtful.
We have people that are, and when they're in the restaurant, hey, add one of those pizzas on my thing. Or even in the app. It's an option
That's
in the
cool.
app where it's called Pay It Forward.
Yeah.
And so they just do it, and then we put it up, and people can come in and grab it. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so
That's
cool.
a really cool idea.
But something separate from Summer of Love. So tell more about Summer of Love.
What do they need
How-
to do to get entered into that?
So the Summer of Love is really kind of getting our Instagram, Facebook awareness out there.
Yeah.
And the way that we thought was really prudent was to use social to attract more social. And so what we're asking is if you would tag 3 of your friends, which isn't difficult, if you like, and then if you post your stories, that's a little bonus because you get additional entries for that. And so that way, a lot of the platforms and the way that people use them, a lot of people like the storyline on Instagram, but they don't scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't watch the storyline on Instagram and they scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you capture that viewer? You have to either kind of boost tags on that for the algorithm to push it up and get it in front of more people. And you need other people sharing it on their storyline. So other people will get involved, and these are all metrics that we can track and see how well that advert is doing.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's
are
cool.
you doing the drawing? Like, how long do people have to enter? Is there a deadline?
No, there's no deadline. As soon as the post reaches 100 likes, which I think I checked it this morning, we're at like 60.
Uh-huh.
As soon as we get to 100, we're going to draw our winner.
Okay.
And so I did it. I started it like 3 or 4 days ago, and we're already up to 60. So that's cool. Probably in the next few days we'll have our drawing.
Okay. We'll have to tell Courtney to
I'll have
post
to
this one
now.
fast.
Screw Courtney. I need to get my name in there, man.
right, you're all.
Usually we record and then we post it like the following week, but we'll see if we can get Courtney to post it by the end of this week. That way it's people can hear you talking about it before you actually
absolutely.
do the drawing.
I mean, any
I need
kind
to go
of-
create like 10 Facebook pages. Increase my odds right now.
Then you have to wear a disguise when you go in if you win.
I got plenty of disguises.
He's gonna gonna like his little girls are gonna be like the pictures.
Yeah, they got
They're
Facebook.
gonna have all
They'll
that.
have
I'm gonna be
Facebook
like,
pages.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-year-old girl has a Facebook
Yeah.
page.
That's funny.
That is the world we live in now, though.
No, it is. That,
Hey,
that's it.
I've seen parents like create their kids' Facebook pages, and then the parents will go on and like, they're running the page, but then they'll go on and comment on the page.
Comment. That's hilarious.
You need help, lady? I'm just kidding.
You know, it's the world we live in.
Yeah, yep.
Technology and everything
It's
else. That's
clicks and
where we're
likes,
at.
The
Yeah.
attention, the clicks and likes,
Yeah.
dude,
So,
But if it gets me free pizza for 12 weeks, I mean,
listen, you do it. Or I'll handle it.
Absolutely. Help boost our algorithm, please.
yeah.
Oh, that's the other good thing is your guys' Italian sodas. That's what I always get is the
You got that
Authentic
prickly
Italian.
pear the other night,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Again, I think I get that one every time just because it's
Some
good.
people
I-
like
yeah.
when they figure out what prickly pear is, they're like, okay,
yeah.
and they just same
so
thing. They
good.
figure out what they like, and they're like, so.
Well,
But does
because I-
anything
Mad at you.
pair better with pizza than root beer?
Yeah, prickly pear soda, dude.
Nah.
No, that's a good point.
No, root beer and pizza is like peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
It's very
Classic.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have IBC root beer, and then we make our own lemonade. That we're really proud of that. We've seen other people create lemonade businesses in the Gila Valley, and we know that people like lemonade out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that we
People
make a
like
good lemonade.
good lemonade
Yeah.
out here, and they're So.
Oh, they'll sell it for like $10 in the Home Depot parking lot,
Mhm.
and I don't ever buy it because I'm like, I mean, it's like it's a big cup. It's not $10 big, but you're right. They do like it because
Yeah.
there's always a line out there whenever they do it.
In tandem with heat, lemonade is also a
PB&J type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just- it works well together when it's hot outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are, too, you could be 90.
Mhm.
Yeah, lemonade sounds.
Yeah,
so
there's
good.
there's no age
Yeah.
limit or
I feel like too, even like women who like drink diet sodas and stuff like that. It don't matter. Like you get a good lemonade in front of them, they don't care.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't
Yep.
care. So,
Calorie schmallory.
right?
yeah.
So I want to hear your stories. So what got you into pizza? Like, is this something you've always wanted to do? Can you tell us your story about that?
Absolutely. It started out on the weekends. We would wake up early and like always have to do chores and all that stuff. But like after the chores and all that, it seemed like it took forever. But it was probably like about 30 to 45 minutes. You know what I mean? You dusted 2 or 3 tables, you vacuumed a room or two, and then that was the end. And then the weekend could officially begin. And when the weekend would officially begin, I would do that. I would make pancake batter. I was like, this is circa 85, 86. And I would make pancake batter as a kid, and I would just get all excited because I'd read the instructions and figure out how to make these pancakes. And, my grandma would help me, and so it was like a family thing. And then over time, I became the pancake guy. That was me. And so I started learning how to cook at, 6, 7, 8 years old in kindergarten and stuff. And, from that, it just kind of developed into, making hot dogs and hamburgers. And then I learned how to make cheese crisp. And, now I'm age 18, 19, and I'm just graduating high school, and everybody's going down through their career paths. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to learn how to cook professionally. And I went to school. And so I went to school and learned classical French techniques and cuisine. Graduated out of Scottsdale and went right into the hotel business. I worked for the Hyatt for a little over 12 years. I worked at the Phoenician Resort, which at the time had a 5-star restaurant called Mary Elaine's. It was a super, super nice place. And just, I had never seen the likes of fancy or what I consider to be fancier until I got into those really kind of higher end environments to really see like how do people really enjoy themselves, and how do they dine, and how do they break it down, and once again, going back to the general contractor who took me under his wing when I was young, I had a chef that took me under his wing, and it's a lot. It's a lot to take the time. Now that I look back, and I have to take the time to invest into people to get that end result. It's a lot to take a very raw product and then form it. And then, I had some culinary training. I went to school. I had already had chefs yell at me before. I'm perfectly okay with this. And, but once you get to the real, you're in a real fast-paced kitchen. It's just the vibe's different. And we've all seen Hell's Kitchen and all those shows. There's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But all those shows that are on TV, none of those guys are chefs. Their technique is so far behind. Like they're probably like, in their small town, they're a line cook, and they won a trip to go take a appearance on this show, and their technique is really displayed on television. Like that doesn't exist. But anyways, learning that 5-star cuisine and learning different techniques all the way from French, Italian, a lot of Asian style cookings. I just served a coconut curry chicken in my restaurant. So just a lot of different cuisines that you will learn over time if you are patient and you have the desire to craft those different things.
That's awesome.
And so that's really kind of what my path was.
Okay. And so you were working with these fancy restaurants, and it was always just one day I want to open up my own pizza joint.
Yeah, the idea was I went to college to learn how to cook so I could operate my own program someday, and then the 12 hard years in a hotel kitchen, hard years, was to really develop those techniques and crafts and learn how to execute a menu, how to really put out a higher quality product and do it consistently in a timely fashion.
Awesome.
What have been the biggest challenges since opening the restaurant? Because you've been open since early 2023.
Definitely getting to the day one was the challenge.
Yeah.
With the codes and getting the building all squared away and getting my equipment in place. On day one, we didn't even have a pizza warmer. So if you called in an order and said, "Hey, I want to come by and pick it up," you better get here at that time, because you didn't have a box to even keep your pizza warm. And then most places will put your pizza on top of the oven. Well, my oven's a dome.
Yeah.
So I can't put it on top of my oven. I'm gonna balance it more pizza at the top.
Yeah.
And so that didn't really work out. So just learning the nuances it took me a little bit of time to get all that additional equipment in place, and learning really what my I call it a footprint, what my footprint really needed in order for us to be successful. And that was, we ended up getting an additional oven, a convection oven, a commercial convection oven, and we ended up getting a few more pieces of refrigerators and some other equipments, but
No fryer.
yeah, we don't operate a fryer. I know people they have this concept of pizza and chicken wings, because it's a very sports bar-esque,
Right.
and that's not what we're doing here. We're not a sports bar. We don't watch games on TV, as much as I'd love to. It's not that place, and we do that purposely because we want the families out here. We know how important the family is out here. The family, I haven't seen this strong a sense of family in a long time. And when I came out to Safford, I really saw that family, and as a core value. And a lot of people that I've met out here, a lot of their core values was family based. And so one of the things that we want to do is we kind of want to de-tech and kind of let our technologies down so we can spend those times with our family at the dinner table and have those kind of richer moments. And so we don't put all those distracting televisions that are grabbing everyone's attention from the family. And so that's part of our concept too, is we're not a sports bar. We don't do chicken wings and pizza. It is a unique experience where hopefully you come in with your friends and family and you guys get to enjoy each other's company, because that is something that I find fleeting these days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and just to reiterate what we said earlier, you come in on date night. You also come in with your girls.
Mm-hmm.
And you also go in on friend dates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very...
I'm checking all your boxes.
It's
Am I your
more-
best customer?
My point is, we want people to realize, like, yeah, if you have kids, you can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're celebrating, come in. Like, it's
one of our core values is hopefully is aligned to the family value that we recognize and see in so many places out here in Gila Valley.
I will say the very first time we went in, and the plates that you brought out they're like dinner like plates
The
you'll have at your
mismatch,
family.
yes.
It kind of caught me off guard, and now it's like, oh, this is cool.
well,
You
people
know.
love it.
Yeah.
People, that's part of the experience too. Like, and people will come in and they'll be like, I had this plate before. We have
Yeah.
hundreds
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they're like, they get excited because they're like, have I been here too much? Or am I just... And the truth is, we have plates that we really like too. So like, a lot of times that's
They get
why
chosen over
yes,
the other
exactly.
ones.
People laugh because they can see me over there. I'll like literally be picking plates, and I'll like pick, and I'm like, I don't want the same of two plates on the
You're
same table. And-
really curating an experience.
Sometimes it's just like, okay, get over it and just give them their plates. But no, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like, people like that. They like coming in. It's a little funky. It's a little, you get the nice plates. You get plates that grandma might have had
Right.
at her house 20 years ago that
Right.
oh my gosh, my grandma had this set of plate, and very like, so yes. No, I'm glad that you brought that up, because we appreciate that people like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where do you get your plates from?
Oh, we thrift them.
Really? I was gonna
Heck
say
yeah.
that-
Customers
that's-
bring them to us.
I was gonna
We have
ask that.
customers that they're
Okay.
like, hey, I was going through some stuff.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, exactly. And we're like, bring them in. Like, we'll
Yeah.
take them. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah. So, and it's nice too, because when they bring them in, like, I try to give them that plate too, and then they're like, oh, you remembered, and it's like, no, of course, like, yeah,
That's
of
so
course.
cool.
So, but
Yeah, we have this one special plate. It's from Dayton, Ohio. It's got like only if you were from Ohio would you know these like little locations that were like kind of denoted on the plate. Like
Mhm.
these are points of interest in Ohio. And this one lady, like, she was from Ohio and she was visiting Safford, and of course she got the Ohio
Yeah.
plate. And just all by chance. And she sat and gave me the history of like all these little places on this plate. I loved it. I loved it that we could build a connection with somebody from bringing that nostalgic moment of her past or her past travels. And she was so interested in telling us about how cool these places were. And then that was kind of done through that. The plate was the median,
Right.
That's another unique thing. Like that's really cool. I had no idea that was something that you guys did.
And strategic.
And strategic.
Yeah.
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 That's the curating part.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, and it's also refreshing when you're talking about like creating an atmosphere that helps people detach from technology. I'm glad you're sticking to that, because that you're absolutely right. We need more of that.
yeah.
I need to be
Yeah.
better at creating that atmosphere
I
in
know,
my own
I'm
house.
terrible.
It's part of life now.
Mhm.
It really is. And it's like when people are kind of forced at that point to
Mhm.
then you step back and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Like,
You enjoy your company.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Are you still having Saturday open mic nights?
Yes. So second Saturday.
Second Saturdays.
of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
month. last month where there was some conflicting stuff, and which honestly it was graduation. It was everybody was
Yeah.
graduating, stuff
May-
was happening.
May
It was
in
the
general
end
is
of the
tough.
year. So it was just, but no, second Saturday of the month, they come in, they set up. It's super fun.
And so
What's that? Remind me the name of the band.
Up to something.
Up to something. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So and that's part of their conflicting schedules is they all have, lives and stuff like that. But no, typically they're there. It's amazing. People come in, sign up. You can sing, you can play an instrument, you can tell jokes, appropriate jokes.
Spoken word.
Yeah. We had this older gentleman come in. He was older than old, okay? He got up, he signed up. Him and his lady came in. It was like a date night. They got appetizers. He signed up. He got up with his guitar. He went up, sat, and it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
His lady afterwards told me, we were so happy to come and do this. Like, we've been looking for something like this. We've needed this. Like, we needed the experience.
Another core value out here is people really enjoy music.
Mm-hmm.
And actually playing music, performing music. I've noticed that there's a lot of talent out here, and that's evident through the Gila Valley Idol, and like there's different karaoke nights here and there, and there's a lot of places that kind of draw or attract this crowd that performs, and we are so glad our band, our house band, Up to Something, consists of some local EA choral instructors and drummer teacher. I don't even know if I said that right, but instructor.
Yeah. So Josh plays the drums, Marie does the bass and strings.
Patty and Kenny.
So Patty does keyboards and Ken
vocals.
and sings. They all sing.
Yeah,
actually.
they all
They
sing.
all sing
Yeah,
really
yeah.
well. All of them.
And so is it them performing, but then people are kind of sprinkled in with them to
So
okay, gotcha.
They keep it going. They're keeping
Well, let me rewind just a little bit because it's not your traditional karaoke format.
Mm-hmm.
So what is really great about our format and what makes it different than what a lot of people are used to or they aren't expecting is that there is a live band that they play everything from 70s, just all the genres up, primarily from the 70s up.
Mm-hmm.
But they are so good. They play live behind the performer. And so a lot of performers haven't had that experience, what it feels like to perform live.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have the percussion rattling through your body behind you and you're performing on the mic and you got people in front of you, it's a lot. And a lot of people haven't experienced that. And so we provide a venue where you can come and feel what it feels like to have live percussion behind you, and you have people that are supporting and promoting your kind of song with
you got that backup.
Yeah.
You're
That's
not
cool.
singing with a screen, so you have that
Mhm.
backup. You have that whole.
You can sing. Well, you can sing with the screen. They have like a little clip for your phone, so you can have like.
If you need help with
No,
the words.
what I mean
and,
is
yeah.
you're not. It's not like regular karaoke where
With
you're
the
looking
white
up at.
bouncing
Right,
ball.
right.
No.
You
So
know.
you would certainly want to practice your.
Yeah,
your
you're coming
performance
prepared.
before
You're
you
not
came
just
in.
scrolling through a list of songs. Yeah.
Or like you must have like some good experience with the song and know the words, to really feel that, because you are going to hear a little improv on the drum, or you might hear a little improv. We have this one guy who comes in. This guy's awesome. His name's Victor. He does a couple other things around town, but he's very inspiring. One of the things that he does is he performs on saxophone. He's arguably one of the best saxophone players I've ever heard.
Really?
Wow.
I'll be darned.
He
He's
told me,
retired from the Marine.
Oh,
yeah, he's
yeah.
20 years. He's retired 20 years in the Marine Corps band.
Oh wow.
Playing for dignitaries.
Yeah.
And that's the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he brings so much volume into the room, and like when he's on the horn, dude, he blows the windows off, and people are just like, huh?
Yeah.
And he's just such a great addition to the band, and we love when Victor comes in. So
Well, it's a very unassuming, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, but we've had several people
Very
that are that
humble.
way, where it's like we'll be in the kitchen doing stuff, getting people's food, and you start hearing people sing, and we like everybody pops their head up, and then we're like,
and
what
this is the local talent. So this very last one that we did, we had one. I didn't catch his name, but I sure as hell gave him a pat on the back. He came in dressed, and I didn't see it at first. He came in dressed as Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future. When the band takes a break, you know what I mean?
Plays
yeah.
Johnny B.
Like
Good.
Johnny B. Good.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
no.
dude, this kid nailed it, dude. He had the sport coat on,
Oh,
he had
no
a white
way.
shirt with blue jeans and Converse on, and I didn't see it at first until I saw the performance, and I was like, oh golly,
That's awesome.
he hit it square on the head.
He ripped it on the
Oh,
guitar
He
too.
ripped it.
I
No
wonder who it
way.
was.
God.
He did the 1 foot hop.
You have to find out who that
He did
is.
the 1 foot
Yeah.
hop, dude. It was-
I think they're at the college. And
Who is
so
that?
we
got
could
it.
Yeah,
probably
we'll have to
figure
find
out.
out.
Did he bring a date? Was he just showing off for a
He
date?
was there by himself at first.
Yeah.
And he
His
sat
buddy
down.
showed
He
up.
ordered food, everything. Which a
This is
lot
my.
of people
This.
do.
I want this guy to be my best friend.
Seriously.
No, I'm telling you a lot. We get people who come in. It's like they don't have their nerve yet.
Yeah.
They come in and they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna sign up. They sit down. They order food. You could tell they're nervous as heck. They don't even eat their food because it's. And then they're just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And that's kind of how that was. I think it was like.
And so very unassuming, comes up to the microphone, and then all of a sudden, like, the band knows how to play the song.
Yeah.
And so, he had an electric guitar out there, and he had I think he brought his own amp. He was ready. You don't need to bring your own amp, by the way. We have plenty of sound equipment and all that stuff that the band brings. But anyways, he came in, and he just was a dead ringer for Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
when he
That is awesome.
Go, Johnny, go. Go.
So, and that's the second Saturday of every month.
Correct.
And do they just sign up when they get there, or do
Yep.
they sign up beforehand?
Wait,
Okay.
I have one more question. Have you ever had somebody that got up and you were like, ugh, Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, here it goes back to if you get the nerve to, that's not easy to get up.
Yeah,
and
right,
perform
yeah,
in
I can
front
do
of
it.
people.
Yeah.
You know,
I would
some
never.
acts are better than others.
Yeah.
But we encourage people because you need somewhere to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so until you get that moment, and it's different. It's not like you're singing in the shower. It's not like you're whistling in the car. It's you are in front of live people, and you have a live band behind you
Yeah.
that is performing. This is like as close as some people will ever come to a real
Yeah.
stage.
And they're doing it to have fun. Like they're not going because they think they're gonna be some star or something. So as long as you're providing a atmosphere that they can go have fun, if they're not fantastic, and the people that are listening understand that too.
That's-
So
That's what you said. Fun. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The whole thing. The whole night is fun.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
hmm
It's very listen. If you're trying to have a date where you want to sit and probably
Don't
not
go that
tonight
night,
is
yeah.
gonna be the best because it's fun. It's
Yeah.
loud. People are singing. People
Mhm.
are, and it's
Yeah.
It provides.
I'm gonna
people
do it.
that-
do you have people bring in? Because I feel like my kids would have fun watching that. Are there families that go
We
to
have
to?
people who come in.
You gotta get
and they're
reservations
there
those
for a
nights,
couple
though,
hours
because
they eat their food and they sit and they enjoy watching
Yeah.
the whole. And that's what I'm saying. We're busy and it's fun and it's loud and it's just that's how it is that night.
Is it the regular menu? Like you don't do like a special menu or a minimized menu or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
But those nights are super busy. You need to get a reservation, right? Because I know we've
best
called in
to
Yeah,
a
we
couple
encourage-
times and you're
Yeah.
like, it's gonna take
Yeah.
a couple hours.
Yeah. It's best to, especially. Yes, we're getting busy enough, and people are like, they're figuring it out. Even on regular night, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hey.
You might want to call ahead.
Yeah,
you
we
might
encourage
want to
reservations.
just because
Especially if you're coming with a
exhilarating
group of
your
8,
food.
like, you know, yeah.
And it's just, and people like that experience too of like, hey, they come in and our table is set up for us.
Yeah.
We can, you know, like
Yeah.
we walk in and so yes, we definitely, but I feel like on open mic nights too, it's just such a fun experience that you kind of just,
Try to get a table if you can.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've gone a couple times on an open mic night. It's a good time.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten up yet, dude.
We've tried. I feel like
I'll do it.
I feel
Davis
like
is
you
a man
kind of
of-
sit there and you're like,
I like singing along with them because they play great music.
They do.
Oh, it's
They-
amazing.
they-
It's fun.
You can sing
Like,
along.
Yeah, it's great.
It's all pretty, for the most part, all recognizable
Yeah,
music.
it's tunes you'll know.
Would you let someone play the drums? Or would
Yeah.
that be up to the band?
Josh
Yeah.
Josh plays the drums, but
Josh
he,
is-
No, I don't know. I don't
This guy
play
has
the
a
drums.
drum
Oh
set.
no, Josh
I
would
did.
he lets okay, my son
Gave it away.
he lets kids go up there when they're
Really?
done and they're amazing.
Well, what instrument
All
do
of
you
them
play?
are amazing.
Guitar. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
So-
played the drums.
I had a drum set. I
Oh.
never got very good. I gave it to my friend Tom.
Oh. Okay, you play the guitar and Tom can play the drums.
Yeah.
You guys
We've
should
talked
do it.
about starting a band several times. It just never happens.
They
Oh,
definitely it's definitely a good time, and they would probably love if you would come and
I'll do it one day.
If he calls you and tells you that he's gonna do it, will you text me so that I can come watch him?
We'll go live.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. What else? Anything else that you guys wanted to talk about or touch on while you were here?
You know,
the app.
yeah, the opportunity to get in front of our audience and while we're not in our restaurant is fantastic, and I want to thank you guys for affording us that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
very,
Oh, you
very
bet.
kind and generous of you. I think a lot of our customer base, as soon as they do kind of find out what's going on, what we're offering is somewhat of an oddity out here. And I think once people kind of get on board with what we're doing, they find our app. And the app is based for convenience. You can come through our drive-through, pick up your food that just came out of our oven. AI looks at all of our food in the kitchen, and then it suggests the time for you to come and pick up your food based off how many orders are in my kitchen and everything. So it's usually pretty accurate as to when you should expect your food to be at its peak for it to go. And I don't think a lot of places have that technology in their system. And I'm so thankful that we do, because I know that when our customers show up, like right then, they either have to wait like a minute or so, which if you ask me, like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Or their food on most times has just been prepared, and they're coming through to come and collect it through our drive-through. We know that this town loves the drive-through. This is a big drive-through town. They like convenience here, and I get it. You go bust your hump for 8 hours out of the day, and it's hot out there, and you're ready to go home and take your shoes off. I get that, and I think once our good customer base finds out about our app, our deals that we do daily, and they change daily, I think they really start finding the convenience and seeing the value in what we're doing there. And that's when I start kind of seeing our customers transition from the dining. They come into the dining room sporadically, weeks apart, and then they start coming in a little bit more frequently, and then they come through the drive-through, and then they start kind of catching on to how to really obtain the product. And we do amazing deals on our little app, and we're very thankful to have a community that supports us so we can provide little deals. But what's today?
Today's Monday, 15%
Yep.
off.
Today we do, on Mondays, every Monday, if you order through the app, we do 15% off your entire order. No gimmick. You can order a soda, or you can order, a full catering dinner. You're going to get 15% off whatever you order, so that's really good. Every night of the week we do a specialty deal that is really geared to save some money, provide some value, and get our product into those homes. We laugh and joke about how we'll spend $30 to $40 at out of McDonald's experience, and it's not hard to do. I mean, these
crazy.
These value meals are $15 a piece. You want the burger, fry, and a Coke, that's going to be $15, please. And so by the time that you put an apple pie on there, like, dude. And so if I can feed a family of two is kind of the base number, if I can do enough food for 2 people and only charge you $25, and I'm kind of gearing towards my Thursday special. Every Thursday we offer any one-topping pizza, and you can select any one of our appetizers. The bruschetta, the garlic nuts, just go for it. Any one of our appetizers for $25.
That's every
You're
Thursday?
getting a
Every
one
Thursday.
topping pizza and a starter for 25.
And
See,
so
We do our family of 4 for
That's what
one
we-
pizza.
That's what.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 2 little girls, and
little
they eat
girls,
one
then,
piece
yeah.
apiece.
Yeah,
You know.
no,
But,
it's
yeah.
like the
And
value's
so-
there.
Well, but
Like,
so
all
2
of-
pizzas and two sides for $50 would feed my family, and I'm a
Exactly.
family of 6,
Yep.
and we spend over $50 going to McDonald's.
when's
Like
the-
it's
when's
not.
the last time you got out of somewhere under 50?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. That's I've
Not
done
a
it
family
every
of
Thursday,
6,
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it's nice because it's
That's
almost
less
like
than
we're-
$10 a person.
Yeah.
That's
We're like the ultimate hybrid experience. I feel like you can come in the dining room, have a really nice, but you can also hit the drive-through.
Yeah.
Again, yes, you might be our number one customer, so I will.
That's what I was about to say too. Fast food is not the cheap option anymore. It's the convenient. It's the drive-through. And so the fact that you have good food and a drive-through is
Yeah.
that's. See, I didn't know about the deals. I need to download the app.
Convenience is the big sale, and I have to read, and I got to read about these places. And McDonald's was mentioning not too long ago that 90% of their traffic comes through their drive-through, and only 10% would be remaining that dining room.
Yeah.
And so people don't really see the dining room in a fast food place as a desired place to be at.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 90% of the people that are coming through are getting a drive-through experience.
Yeah.
And that's great and all. And I know with that, this town has been kind of coached, or they have some habits that they kind of do. And that's one of the things that I've noticed, that people do enjoy that convenience, and they're willing to pay for lesser product in order to get that convenience. And so I think we've been around for a little over 3.5 years now, and I think one of the things that we're winning on is providing that convenience, but yet holding that higher standard of the food, and at a good deal. I mean, just kind of good food, good deal. Multiple people are eating off of this plate, you know.
And you don't feel like crap after you eat it.
It's real food. We use all whole food, bro. We don't use like any processed, heavily processed foods. Every one of our items we make from hand, and we use a raw, whole ingredient and break it down from there. And I think some of those arts are being lost with our desire for convenience. We're giving up a lot of our health. You know, we're just like not like out the window goes eating, healthy and trading that for convenience. And I think a lot of people have that battle.
Yeah. Convenience is a dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It's crazy because I'm guilty of it.
Same.
We all are.
Yeah.
And again, he hit on it in the, with what's available to people most of the time. And then they go, oh, wait, yeah, I want that convenience on top of it. So now, yeah, not only are you feeding your body horribly, but then the convenience on top of it, it's like, where do I sign my name?
Yeah. Yep. What's the app called? Is it just Fancy Pizzeria?
Local by Toast.
Oh, okay.
There's a few other restaurants that are using the same software, which is great because a lot of other people, they offer like a takeout program through this Local by Toast app.
Okay.
And you can order your food to go from other places as well. We definitely are plugging our app as frequently and often as we can, because we know that there's a lot of value on there, and we're trying to meet those customers' needs as far as convenience. And then I'll be the first one to raise my hand and tell you that I got the Domino's app, I got the McDonald's app, I got the Jack in the Box app, I got all the apps. Okay.
I'm gonna find it right now.
You know, I haven't used the Domino's app in probably like 5 or 6 years, but
I was gonna say,
you know, it's on my phone.
yeah.
Go to your app store and do Toast Local.
Toast
think is
Local?
where it's coming up the best.
Okay, I just want to make when people listen, so they can toast local.
So, and then I'm going to show you on my phone what it looks like.
And so the apps are definitely
Orange. Okay. Yeah.
kind
okay.
of leading
That's it.
Okay.
leading people's decision making as far as what they're going to eat for dinner, and that's primarily off of their first choice was convenience.
So speaking of that, do you guys do like DoorDash or whatever the other ones are called?
No. DoorDash, unfortunately, we don't agree with their business model. We don't think it's fair of a company that doesn't have any employees. They don't own any cars. We don't think it's fair for them to get 28% of the mark.
Yeah.
A lot of people support DoorDash. I think DoorDash is almost anti-American in a sense, because you can't.
It comes back to the convenience thing, though.
It does come back to the convenience thing, but this is where it doesn't. In order for me to make that margin back, I'm going to have to charge you 28% more.
Yeah.
Well,
And so people look at me as I'm gouging you and
Right.
calling me expensive.
Right.
It's their habits that are pushing this conversation.
right.
of
My
convenience.
point being, to the consumer, even though it's more expensive, even though it's not healthy, people hold convenience, which
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that
And they
we live
pay
in such a
more for it.
fast-paced world that
Yeah.
they're like, I don't want to. I don't do DoorDash. I hate DoorDash.
And then
It's
unfortunately,
expensive.
unfortunately, the history that we once upon a time offered DoorDash,
Mhm.
but it just really wasn't representing our product
Yeah.
to the way that we thought that our product should be represented.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, if it's going to come, we want somebody to have a clean appearance.
Mm-hmm.
We want somebody to, knock on your door and give you the food, not take a picture and
Throw it
text
on the stand.
Yeah.
and text it to you and throw
Yeah.
it on whoever they left it. And it's just we put a lot of pride in craftsmanship into what we do
Mm-hmm.
for it to be handled like that.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
My son went to a cousin's house once, and they DoorDashed McDonald's because they just thought they wanted McDonald's, and they spent so much
Dude,
money for. I was so mad. I was
For
like,
lousy food.
yeah, I'm just like, but to the kids it was almost like, oh yeah, we DoorDash. Like it was cool for
It was a
DoorDash.
cool-
Yeah, it was-
Like,
but I'm with you. I don't think it's worth it, even though it's convenient. But
Yeah. I'm too cheap for DoorDash.
I can count on one hand how many times I've ordered DoorDash in
Yeah.
my life. Like it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
it is only through necessity have we ever dealt with DoorDash before.
yeah,
I can too, and every single time I was sitting in a hotel room with no car.
I was gonna
and
say,
I
that's
was
the only
gonna
time I've done
say,
it.
I think we like had our car in the shop, and it was raining out or
Yeah.
something too. And I was like, okay, if we're eating tonight, we have to order. We have to.
Yeah. The literally the 3 times I've done it have all been when I've been on a whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
Sitting in a hotel room by myself.
But yeah, that worked. I just if you go on the App Store and put in Toast Local.
That's the way to do it. A lot of people, they don't want to download the app, and they try to. Best bet, just download that app, have it on your phone. You go to different cities, you can open that up. It'll pull up whatever restaurants
Oh,
are
that's
in
cool.
that city too. So it's not, people are like,
But shout out to all the other local business owners, because I feel like I was one of the first to kind of have that technology out here, and now I've seen a lot of other businesses have it. It doesn't tell you there because some of these other business owners don't put their product out like I do, but they operate the same software. I've seen Casa Manana operates the same software as we do. I think Casa Manana is hands down one of the best experiences I've ever had in the Gila Valley as far as hospitality, consistency. The ownership is great. Their service staff is always so. Would you like the hot junkie salsa?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they come out and it's like consistent.
it's part
every
of that
time.
experience too. Like
Yeah.
we talked about the plates there. Well, guess what? If they don't ask us, like that wasn't part. Like we're expecting that part of that experience. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and so for them to kind of incorporate some of that technology in there, just like we have, we know that they are also trying to move their customer base a little bit more towards the digital age, And Rafter G's uses that technology. The Eagle's Roost out in Thatcher, I believe, has it.
Right here,
Lively Juice Company has
Yeah.
it. There's a few other people on there. I think the Retrograde Brewery has it as well. But as soon as I believe as soon as some of the other local businesses have confidence in the technology, you'll be seeing their their front store platforms on the app, and you'll be able to use that technology to order their food for convenience and come and pick it up readily.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
I am surprised at some of the restaurants that don't have some sort of like online ordering platform, and I've talked to a few other owners, and I'm like, if you had an app, I would eat at your restaurant once a week, but I don't know, they're reluctant to do it.
And as much as like we love that food, it sometimes you're touching it right there. That convenience takes priority over.
Yeah.
And I don't have that 30 minutes to place an order or wait for 15 minutes and then an
Right.
additional 15 minutes out of my drive home to, that's a lot. I've been
Yeah.
in the sun for all day digging ditches or whatever your
Mhm.
story may be. That when we're getting towards the end of the day, we really do want to center in on our family, and that's once again one of the things I noticed out here a lot, that people really have that core value and they want to get back to home and enjoy that quality time. And I think the app does afford a little more of that, and that's why we always plug our app so hard, is because once we get people onto the app and they get into you can order your favorite meal. It'll suggest, did you want to order that again? Oh, heck yeah, I'll take the baked chicken out
Yeah,
right up,
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it just provides that convenience, and then we do our best to hold those times, and more often than not, and I'd say about 90% of the time, the time that is quoted is so accurate.
It
Yeah.
is.
That's awesome.
I feel like people's food is either done or like,
It's just
hey, they're
finishing
pulling
up.
it out of the
Right,
oven right now.
right.
Like I've probably been like looking over. Oh yeah, they're pulling your pizza out of the oven
Yeah.
right now. It's like,
Yeah.
hang out.
And so I think with the 3 years that I've been operating here, I've seen some newcomers come to the valley, and I'm really starting to see a lot more goods and services that are being a little bit more consistent with their delivery of their products. I think the bar has been raised out here a little bit, and I think if you are opening a restaurant in the Gila Valley, I mean, you kind of are looking at some of these other programs and to see what they're offering, and how could you either create a good time like them, or how to surpass them with value.
Yeah,
Wow.
real quick, I've said this a few times on this podcast, but Vance Bryce has said it best. I agree with him anyway, is that if you start a business and you answer your phone and have good customer service, you'll do well here. And I think it's true. That's all kind of what you're saying. It's like the bar's been raised, but as long as you do those things, you can succeed,
Well, and you guys have a great product too, so
Yeah.
that
Thank you.
is
Certainly helps, yeah.
definitely helps, yeah. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah,
Was there
cool.
anything
This
else?
is
I mean,
fun.
we're not trying to rush you out the door. If you have anything else that you want to talk
I
about,
think we discussed what we do.
cool.
And we're open 6 days a week. We recently changed our hours for summer. Now we operate Monday through Thursday, 3 to 8 p.m., and then Friday and Saturday from 12 to 2, and then 4 to 8 p.m. So we are shifting towards we are becoming a dinner house, and I'm very flattered by that. I notice people wearing nice clothes when they come in. The ladies are wearing perfume; they smell great, and it's starting to turn into. I mean, we're just serving pizza, but it is starting to turn into a little bit more of a nicer spot to come to, and we are certainly flattered, and we see how the community is supporting us, and we appreciate that.
Well, I think one thing that the community we've lacked is variety
Yeah.
here. So this definitely adds variety to what, I mean, we have great restaurants, but
Yeah.
most of them are Mexican food joints, which is great. It's
Or
great
burgers.
Mexican food or burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I love the fact that we have a really nice Italian restaurant that we can go and get good food at now.
Well, and
Yeah.
you're hitting it right. It's Italian.
Mhm.
We're a pizzeria, but and we make amazing pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But once people come in, they realize, oh wait, it's not just pizza, and we can get.
Bruschetta.
Yeah. Good enough.
Yeah. And other
I'm not
things.
trying to call anybody out, but no, we have a lot of people that they walk in and they, oh wait, we thought you only did pizza.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Not the
yeah,
case.
and
Once again, I think as when people come in and they experience it and they see it for themselves, they truly get an understanding of what we're doing. It's not a pizzeria; it is a chef's kitchen where we hand make and handcraft all of our products, and it doesn't matter if you're getting
a salad.
something simple
Even-
to a garden
even a
salad,
salad's
all the way
beautiful,
to
and,
our
you know.
chef special. I mean, there's execution on every step, and we are consistent with it.
It really is delicious. Shay,
Yeah.
we went there on Friday night, and Shaylee's sat down. She's like, "This is my favorite place to come and sit down." So, you guys are doing a great job. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
your time.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Like Gucci.